In my business membership group, we did a Flippin Frenzy. This is our second annual Flippin Frenzy, and we just go into our stash and we pick out a bunch of items and then we send them to someone else in the group. And I received a box full of goodies from Lisa, and you guys, there's a lot of good stuff in here, and I had so much fun in today's video flipping these items. Here is another glance at what Lisa sent me. Now, like I said, this is our second annual Flippin Frenzy, and what we like to do is send a wood piece, a glass piece, just a variety of items to really push each other out of our Flippin Frenzy zone. Now, this is part of a playlist, so yesterday, Wednesday, we had a whole group of us go, and now today I am kicking off the next group. So be sure to watch back-to-back videos. For project 1, Lisa sent me a vintage Inkwell, and I thought this was a vintage Inkwell right away. I even did a little short video, sent it to Tara. She didn't know exactly, so I Google lensed it, and yes, this is a vintage Inkwell. I didn't want to lose the integrity of it, so we are going to do a really simple flip with this, and that way I can remove it and if I ever want to. I just thought by adding something to the very top of the cap would just give it a little bit of character. So I'm diving in to an IOD transfer, and I'm just going to take a little piece of a flower and we're going to add it to the very top. If you've never used an IOD transfer, you guys are missing out. It's a super simple process. You peel that back off, lay it down, take that transfer stick and rub. The nice thing about transfers too is that they are removable, so it's not really a permanent option. You can seal them in, but they still are removable. So I am applying, just like I said, this little transfer to the very top, and then I take the backing and I really burnish it in to make sure it's on that glass. And then I'm going to seal it with Big Top, and I can always at any time remove it from the top. For project 2, Lisa sent me this little tin, and I was debating on what I wanted to do with it. But first off, we needed to clean it up a bit. So I love this little metal razor, you guys. It is perfect for taking off tags like this. I use it so often, and if you don't have one of these in your toolbox, I would definitely recommend getting it. I do have the link in the description below. Very inexpensive and so worth it. So I'm just taking off the sticker, and as you see, like, I pull back and it rips. I put the razor down and it comes right off. I then brought it over to the sink. I sprayed a little bit of Power Wash by Dawn on there, and I have this little scrubby, and it took away all that sticky leftover goo as well. Once I get it all cleaned up, then we're ready to do the upcycle. I decided I was going to decoupage it, so the first thing I'm doing is going in with White Swan. I'm applying one even coat, letting it dry, and then applying a second. I want really nice coverage since there is color and a pattern on here. So once I let it dry, then we're gonna grab the recent digital press. And if you haven't heard, I recently launched the digital press. If you are a Maker's Box subscriber, you automatically receive it in your Maker's Box. If you want to receive it separate, you can purchase it. It is 5 digital prints that I design each and every month. Now this month, I just loved the vintage vibe of it, and we're going to use the paper that has the birds on it to upcycle the entire piece. You guys know how much I love liquid patina? Well, I have discovered that I love Fusion decoupage gel with the actual rice papers. Rice paper is a bit thicker than Royce's standard tissue paper type decoupage paper, so liquid patina is perfect with Royce's, and I find that Fusions work amazing with this rice paper. So I'm applying a nice even coat of the Fusion decoupage gel. I am going to mist my rice paper, and then I'm going to apply it to the outside. Now let's tackle the top. I'm using another piece of the digital press and I'm cutting it in half, saving that piece for another project. I'm using the Fusion decoupage gel again, a nice even coat, misting my rice paper and then centerizing it and smoothing it out. And then on top, I am going to use a mold that I had poured from a previous project. I always pour excess molds, and I use them for any projects that I have coming up. I'm painting it black velvet, and I do seal it with Big Top as well. Now that everything is dry, I'm using my finger sander, sanding away the excess. And you guys, this is how easy this project was. Super simple, and I love how it turned out. And just by taking some decoupage paper or rice paper and applying that over an old tin. For project 3, Lisa sent me these really cute cards. I love the bird, so we're taking the waltz from IOD and I'm going to stamp the background. If you haven't used an IOD stamp yet, pull that backing off, and you want to season it before you use it. So take a fine grit sandpaper and rub all over, and it's ready to use. Now I'm creating my own mask, and I'm just kind of covering, what I want to do is cover the actual image so I can stamp around it. So I cut that out, and then now it's time to ink up the waltz. I'm using IOD permanent ink, and I'm just inking the area that I want. I have that mask down. I lay my stamp down and then just gently rub over the stamp to get a really nice impression. I ink it again, and again I lay that stamp down and I rub all over, and then I pull that mask off, and you can see it is all around. For project 4, when I opened my box and I saw this, I was really excited. I'm keeping this for myself. In my garden, I actually have like pops of red here and there. I made myself a barn quilt that has like the reds, the charcoals, some creams. My house is the color of faded burlap. And so what I'm doing here, and this is such an easy technique, you guys, I'm using DIY's paint, faded burlap, and I'm applying one even coat. I'm gonna let it dry very thoroughly, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna wet distress this, and I'm gonna bring back all that beautiful detail. And really, that is how simple this is. Once I bring all that beautiful detail back, I'm going to seal it, and typically I use Big Top to seal. I'm going to be having this outside, and I wanted a bit more protection just because it's going to have a lot of wear and tear of the elements. So I used a polyacrylic outside spray, and I did 3 coats. This is going to look so good on my studio with flowers hanging out of it. I can't wait to hang it up. For project 5, this is going to be super easy. She sent me this little basket. I'm taking black velvet from DIY. I'm applying 1 even coat of the black velvet over the front and the back, so on the bottom and then inside. And I just did 1 coat. I didn't mind a little bit of that wood popping through here and there, but I am trying to create an entire vignette here, and I think the black velvet will be perfect. I'm sealing this with this Krylon. So much easier to do that on the basket. She also sent these along. I'm also going to paint these the same faded burlap and then seal them. And then they're going to be part of this little vignette. For project 6, I saw this birdhouse and I got an idea right away. It needed a lot of love, you guys, this birdhouse, but I had printed one of these off and I thought, I'm slightly obsessed with this Campfire Marshmallow Tin, and if you saw my recent reel, I just bought one. So I thought, wouldn't it be cute to have a little matching birdhouse to go with it? And that's exactly what we're going to do. I laid it out. I figured out where that little perch was. I took an X-Acto knife and I cut a circle. I then positioned it and I figured out exactly what needed to be trimmed off. So I took my nail and I scored both sides, pulled it off, trimmed that, and now we're going to start putting this together. The first step is I needed to cover this pink. I didn't want any of the pink to seep through behind that rice paper, and I am using White Swan from DIY, and I'm applying a nice even coat. I then tackled the roof with a black velvet, and I applied 1 even coat of black velvet to the roof. And then the actual back and the bottom, I painted faded burlap, and I didn't get video of that. But after I did the final video of this, I think faded burlap might not be the best solution, so I might go back and change that color up. But now everything is dry, and I had a little chunk. There was just one little spot on the top that was missing it, and when I cut that excess off, there was a little chunk of that background color. I started by applying that on the top, and then I used Fusion's decoupage gel, and I applied a nice even coat, misted my rice paper, and then I applied the rice paper to the front. And you guys, this is so easy, and I think it is so stinking cute. Wait till you see how this looks with my my vintage tin. It's so cute together. Once I smoothed it all out, the last step for this really is to seal the whole project. Anytime you're using DIY paint, you do want to seal it. And so I use DIY's Big Top and I seal the whole piece. Now, if you guys have made it this far in my video, you'll know that this is part of a playlist of the Flippin Frenzy. So I want you guys to stick around and watch the rest. I will also have the playlist listed down in the description so you can watch all the videos that were showcased on Wednesday. So this is a 2-day playlist. It started on Wednesday and it ended on Thursday, or it will end on Thursday. So keep on watching, you guys. My business group, we love doing this all together. We send each other items and we flip them during our Flippin' Frenzy. I hope you've enjoyed and we'll see you guys in the next one.